The following portion of Daytime Blue Ridge is sponsored by
Last seen in Roanoke more than a decade ago, Opera Roanoke is gearing up to present La Boheme, and joining me with more on what you can expect with this production, Scott Williamson, the artistic director, and opera singer Jules Olson. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Brittany. Great to be here again.
So tell us about La Boheme. You said it's the story of Rent, and Rent was inspired by this?
Technically, Rent is the story of La Boheme, but yeah, totally. It is.
Yeah.
It's a really popular, one of the immortal love stories, romantic dramas. Lots of comedy, and also lots of real life relationship,
dynamics.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That anyone can relate to.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So tell us about your role in this.
I play a very ostentatious character, but who's in a relationship with a character named Marcello. It's a very heated relationship, but in the end, I sell everything I can to try to save the lead singer's life because she has TB. So it's a story of love and struggle and helping your friends, and
it's like real life.
It is real life. Yeah.
That's very cool. So what do you think sets this apart from maybe other shows?
Well, there's something special about Puccini. Like you said that this was last seen more than a decade ago, and if we go much more than a decade, our patrons want to hear Puccini and they want to hear La Boheme because it's so immortal. And I like to think of it, it's these relationships, the music, they sweep you up and carry you along and remind one why you go to the theater, or why you go to a concert, or why you go to a great film. You know, you go to be transported, you go to be entertained, obviously you go to escape from the doldrums of everyday life. And then in Puccini's case, he gives you this spoonful of sugar to help process all the difficult emotions, because you're going with these couples. There are two couples who are the primary focus, and these four guys are the Bohemians. They're like frat boys who live together, artists. They're artistic nerds, and they play games with each other. You know, if it were a film, James Franco would definitely be in it as one of the Bohemians, and then a cast to accompany him. So, but what Puccini does, and those who love film who haven't gone to the opera will go to this music and go, wow, this sounds like the movies, because Puccini really did inspire the movies. He was
even down to the actual sound of it.
Yeah, the sound of the music, you know, that you'll hear the Roanoke Symphony play from the orchestra pit sounds like the music that is written for sweeping Hollywood movies.
And what's it like to be a part of that?
It's incredible. Nothing is like singing with an orchestra, a beautiful orchestra underneath you, especially Puccini, because it just grips your heart. It's kind of like your heart is on a platter with Puccini, because it's all about the emotion and it's all about the character, more than almost any composer in opera.
And so, so we're talking about the sound. Let's talk about the look of it.
Yeah. We just had some images of our costumes. What we've done is the film Moulin Rouge, which is also loosely based on La Boheme, which is set in the early part of the 20th century in Paris, was one of our inspirations. So we've got these period bohemians that have these contemporary kind of hipster touches, because our costume designer Maddie Peterson from New York, asked, "Can I be creative?" And I was like, oh, "Yes, please."
Yes.
You know, we don't have to be tied to an historical period. We want to evoke this atmosphere of the bohemian artistic life and that milieu. So
so April 6th and 8th.
Right.
And where can they get tickets? OperaRoanoke.org?
OperaRoanoke.org, the Jefferson Center box office. Students are free.
Cool.
It's a great deal.